Hi, Kate, and hi to all your listeners. It's a real pleasure, and I am honored to be on your show this morning.
Thank you for that. So let's talk first about your journey. How did you get to the United States? Take us through that and then getting to Louisiana.
Well, my parents have been here for quite a long time. My first visit to the United States was for an international ministerial congress, and ever since 1992 that began. And so I have been traversing like constantly to international ministerial congresses, to conventions. And so that's how that story happened.
What made you write Getting to the Next Level? What made you decide I have to write this?
Because I think it has been a burden in my heart. I honestly think that I had information that persons out there need to hear, and information that can literally propel folks to their next level. And so actually I I made a little printout of what I wanted the cover to be like. I put it in one of my cabinets in my home, and every now and then I would pass and point to that little picture and say, I declare that this is going to turn into a book. It was such an overwhelming burden to make it happen.
Wow, and that also shows you the power of having a goal and looking at that and knowing you wanted to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's in the beginning of the book. It's in the second chapter of your book, Courage for the Next Level. I want to read something. You say, I have learned that we need to remove prejudice from our lives and be open to what the Lord is doing. The body of Christ is bigger than you and me. For sure, it is bigger than our little clan. I love that. Crowd or group. And you talk about for years that you wanted to feel free of those burdens, carrying around the knowledge, all of that. Talk more about that. I think that's a beautiful passage.
Thank you. And so many of us have burdens like I did. And sometimes we don't know how to unpackage those burdens. Being an author, to many people, it's a gigantic task, especially if you have not gone through certain training for that task. And so I was involved in ministry, I had all these experiences. I knew that I had something to offer to the world, but it's like where to start, how to start. And I spoke about associating with this pastor and his wife, who were not members of the organization that I was a part of, but they had such sweet, wonderful spirit. That's Patrick Randolph and his wife, Pamela, and they are in Texas. They're the Randolph family. They have a beautiful ministry. And so sometimes what happens is that people allow themselves to be small-minded, and they allow their world to be circled around a particular organization or a particular group. And then they have prejudices like, okay, we're observing this particular day of the week. They're doing that day of the week. Even though we're all called Christians, we're not together. And so I'm saying we need to remove that kind of stuff from our mind. I even said in the book that God was able to use animals to take people to their next level, like the donkey that spoke to the prophet. God used an unclean bird to help a prophet. God used unsaved kings to help Esther, Nehemiah, and many other persons. And therefore, getting to your next level brings the idea that it's about divine appointment or assignment. It's about God connecting you with the right person to give you the right information to push you forward. And so this couple were both authors, and in spending a few days with them, they spoke to me in such a way that I grasp what they were saying. And they did not only speak to me, but they give me the tool. They give me, in those days, traveling from Guyana to the U.S., trying to raise $1,500 was like, wow. In Guyana dollars, that's like over 300,000 Guyana dollars. And so this couple spoke to me in a way like nobody else did. And they give me the tool. They give me a computer and say, here is a tool. Because I like to start writing on the computer. Some people like to start writing, scribbling on a piece of paper. But I find more joy starting on the computer. And so when a computer was given to me, the knowledge, the information, and everything, I was ready. I started writing immediately that night.